Pecan pies.
Chapter 3.
There we go. Right back in.
Finding a friend.
Ooh, friend. I like friends.
The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
Finished drawing a mess of jam last night. Uh-huh. So that'll need to get delivered into town today. Okay. So what did you and Rollo get up to yesterday? I just found a corpse. You know. No big. Oh, nothing interesting. Hello? I don't know how to read that. Hello, I am a telephone. Calm down. No, of course it was the right thing to do. Start gathering, folks. I'll be right there. Are you sure there isn't anything you want to tell me about yesterday? Anything I want to tell you? Not really, we just sort of ran around a bit.
Gran's brow furrowed.
No.
She let out a long sigh. Her voice was quiet and even.
I have to go take care of something. We're to stay in this house for the day. Under no circumstance are you to leave. What? If I'm not back by dinner, there's stew in the icebox. But nothing. You are to stay here. Understand? Yeah. Say it. I'll stay here until you get back. Good. Oh, and Luca. You left the icebox open yesterday. Not made of money, you know. Well, that was strange.
Young Luca would spend hours hiding in the bushes, waiting for a chance to jump out and startle his mother. She always enjoyed humoring him by feigning terror. A faint electronic sound floated in the air.
Is it coming from inside the house? Hello? Is anyone there? Hello? Hello, is that you? Over?
Luca glanced at the now silent walkie-talkie. He wasn't sure what to think.
Oh, hey, Roxy. If it's about me accidentally kicking you yesterday. Is Rollo here? No. Look at me, Luca. This is serious. Is Rollo here? No, I haven't seen him since yesterday. Rollo didn't come home last night. What?
A pit formed in Luca's stomach.
Where was the last place you saw him? We were playing around in Weepwood, and then it was late and we went home. Weepwood? If he's alive, I'm gonna kill that little creep. Is there anything else? Anything he said?
Luca's mouth felt dry.
No, we were just messing around. Okay. Need to go let people know to check the woods. You just stay out of trouble. Go see if he's hiding in the library or something.
Luca could feel his heart beating in his throat.
Rollo. Where are you? Okay, check the library for Rollo. Well, shit is still going on. We all love to do a shit, so we've still got that going. I guess I have any other bait. I got smacked.
Luca stuck a toy stretchy hand onto the hook. Those things always get dirty anyway.
Oh. Should we give it to Mom? She likes jewelry. That's a sweet thought, Buckaroo. I'm not sure she'd fully appreciate a pawn bracelet. So use some new bait. Alright, well, got a pawn bracelet. Hey Bert, have you seen Rollo? Nope. I must have been talking to clipboards. Looks like I bought some stuff for the festival. This one said he had to process some answers. I told him that was fine. I'll wait right here until he gets back. Uh-huh. Howdy, Luca. Hello again, Pete. Not Pete, you silly goose. It's Toby. Could have fooled me. Well, hey, it's no problemo. One thing is, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Yeah, I'm getting that impression. All part of something special, Luca. And it all starts right here in Beacon Pines. I got it.
Toby looked up from the clipboard excitedly.
That's right. So how about you start by telling me? Look, no offense, but I got my own stuff to take care of. Ugh, you joker. We're all part of this together. You let us know when you're free to answer a few questions. Uh-huh. Goodbye, clipboard. We really need to get back to work. Just a couple more minutes. If Roxy said she would be here, then she will be here. So let's see why I'm standing around. Do nothing. Waiting for Roxy. I could be standing around, doing nothing, and getting paid for it. Come on, Lumi. Roxy needs our help. My parents wouldn't listen. No offense, but isn't Rollo always getting into trouble? Something feels different this time. What can we do to help? We need to check where the adults aren't. So I guess it's up to us to check Weepwood. Our shift isn't in for another couple hours. Spend the time making posters. That would be great. I guess. Right. Fitz and I will check Weepwood. We'll be back later to pick up the posters. I think my dad has a map of Weepwood. Let's swing by my house and grab it before we head out. What's this about a missing child? I must stress the situation is completely under control. It just seems so terrible. And you sure there's nothing we can do to help? Nonsense. Young Mr. Cotter will turn up safe and sound, I'm certain. Just focus on settling in. Trust my sister has supplied you with suitable lodging. Yes, Miss Valentine's been more than accommodating. Just telling our daughter Beck that... Now where did she run off to? Still reading? His eyes went wide in disbelief. What do you mean, vanished? That's impossible. Oh my. Doesn't you see the danger he's in? Hi, Luca. What's up? You haven't seen Rolo around recently, have you? Doesn't come here around here much. Not since they made a rule that he can only order decaf. It's fair. Well, the museum's open. Hey, Griffin, has Rolo been by? Haven't seen him all day. I'm sure he'll show up safe and sound. And when he does, tell him there's a strawberry chocolate double scoop waiting for him on the house. He'll like that. Hey, Yisun. History Museum. It's laughable, really. Did you happen to see Rolo in there? No, just a shadow of a family clinging onto a town, clinging onto the past. Cling. Okay. You check for yourself. Don't expect to have your mind blown. Alright. Blow my mind anyway. Oh, okay. It's a movie.
We all know Beacon Pines is a great town. What you may not know is great towns grow from mighty roots. And that is why you cannot tell the story of Beacon Pines without telling the story of one Sharper Valentine. Young Sharper's keen intellect and strong moral fiber led to a grand vision. A vision of a community dedicated to a better tomorrow. In his own words, a better tomorrow is within our grasp, but it requires a singular mind to harness it. Lucky for us, he decided to grow that vision here, in Beacon Pine. And how does one grow a better tomorrow? With fertilizer, of course. Valentine's Fertilizer Company became the lifeblood of a town yearning for purpose. But then tragedy struck, a scientific experiment gone wrong. An accident which took Sharper away from us far too soon. To this day, we struggle to pick up the pieces. But one foul harvest isn't enough to stop the people of Beacon Pines. The spirit of Sharper Valentine lives on. It lives in the hearts of everyone with a dream for a better tomorrow. Together, we will follow his example and grow a bountiful future. Paid for by the Valentine family and the Valentine Fertilizer Company Reverence Fund.
Great. I feel like I've learned a lot now. That was unhelpful. Yep, pretty well.
Kato volunteered at the library during the summers. He wasn't very social, so he'd dedicate each summer to becoming an expert in a single subject, making him a reliable source of very particular knowledge. If you were to ask Kato something he didn't know, he'd escape into the dusty old bookshelves and return with just the right thing.
Hey, Kato.
Kato was lost in his reading. Luca crooked his neck to see the title, Introduction to Melitology.
Oh, hey, Luca, you snuck up on me. Good book? Dunno, just started it.
He gestured to the shelves.
I'm really running out of books I haven't read yet. So that's under the wonderful world of bees. Turns out bees are pretty cool. For instance, did you know that around 70% of bee species actually live in underground tunnels? Or that if there are two queens in a hive, they will fight to the death for supremacy? Ooh, fight. That's interesting, but you haven't seen Rolo around recently, have you? Not since yesterday. Keep an eye out for him, okay? Sure thing. If I see him, you'll be the first to know. Hey, Jace. Oh, hey, Luca. Did Rolo come by? No. I was actually surprised. He's usually here early on days when new issue drops. Rolo's the biggest Hank Atomic fan I know. That's myself, that is. Well, if he does swing by, tell him to meet me you know where. I don't know where. No, he knows where. Oh. Roger that, Space Cadet.
The bottom corner shelf was a dusty array of thick science books. Only one binding was clean enough to read. Cellular Biology and the Chemistry of Mitosis.
Boring.
Mycological phosphorescence.
Ooh. More like my complete loss of interest. Damn. Sick burn.
The entire top level of the library was devoted to comics, most of which were Hank Atomic and the myriad of lesser revered spin-offs.
What is it, Cat? We're busy. We're busy reading a book.
There were rarely any actual new editions. Simply a variety of existing content rotated into the front display each week.
Not fooling anyone.
Oh, the cobs I've eaten. A salad-centric travel guide for the mildly adventurous.
Oh, salads. Everybody loves a good salad.
Sally Seashore's simple succulent sundries. Luca brushed off a smudge of dust. Or maybe it was flour. 30 recipes so easy you'll doubt it's even edible.
Succulent. Ooh.
A peek behind the curtain. The methods and ruminations of Patrick C. Montesquieu. One of the greatest acting minds of our time. By Patrick C. Montesquieu.
Oof. Oh, good. I got nerd for reading all the books. Excellent. Okay. What sort of monster puts candy behind a locked door? Oh yeah, Mr. Nooncretin works weird hours sometimes. Of course he does. How about you? When do I work? No, what's your name? Luke Van Horn. Luke Van Horn. You new here? Yep, not by choice.
Beck's family moved often, giving her little time to establish any real connections. She would tell you she prefers it that way.
I'm looking for my friend Rollo. He didn't come home last night. So he's missing? I guess so. Like missing? Something happened a lot around here?
Luca shifted his feet uncomfortably.
Well, that sucks. Yeah. So I should probably get going. Hey, what up? What?
Beck pulled a coin from her pocket.
I'm coming with you. What? So says the unlucky penny. Unlucky? Yep, well technically it landed on heads. Leave this kid to find his friend alone. I always do the opposite. Oh, it's kind of like me and Rollo. Rollo's my unlucky penny. Settles it. Person should never be without their unlucky penny. Let's go find him. Name's Beck. Pleasure to meet you, Beck. Suppose I could use some help. I'll try to keep up. Joey, have you seen Rollo around? No, sorry, Luca. I've had my eyes in the dirt looking for beetles. I can't seem to find any. Never came home last night. I think it's because it's been colder than normal? I don't see why that had anything to do with Rollo. No, the beetles. Do you think the temperature confused their circadian rhythm or something? Who's to say? I'm no beetleologist. Just keep an eye out for him, will you? Of course. Dang, they boarded up the way in. Okay. Hey, Luca, it looks like a path goes this way. Okay.
Luca felt a chill as he approached Beck. Her eyes were locked on the strange green liquid. The nearby grass was coated in a fine layer of frost.
Is this sort of thing normal around here? Because puddles of glowing ooze are definitely not what I expected from this place. I have no idea what that stuff is. Well, the next obvious step is science. What does science suggest? Poke it with a stick.
Luca watched as Beck dipped a broken tree branch into the goo. Beck's eyes widened as flowers grew from the dead wood. First small buds, which quickly bloomed into vibrant petals.
What the? Cool.
As quickly as they had grown, the flowers began to shrivel and turn gray. Beck dropped the stick with a grunt of disgust.
Okay. So science tells us this gunk is weird as hell. Yeah, it seems dangerous. Hey Tish, look what the cat dragged in. Yo. No time for this right now, Iggy. Don't say things like that, it hurts Tish's feelings. Ain't that right, Tish? Yup. She looks fine to me. Why, hello, I don't think we've been properly introduced. Iggy's the name, this is my compatriot, Tish. Yup. Probably heard of us. Can't say I have. Sure, if just this once on account of you being new around here. Why would you hang out with this dud? Oh, he seems pretty alright. Iggy, why do you have to be so you? Has anyone told you that his parents skipped out on him? Shut up. I really got tired of having such a pathetic kid and left him. Iggy, I'm only gonna say this one time. Don't talk about my family. Look who's grown a backbone now that a girl's around. First his pops croaked, and his mom finally couldn't take it anymore and bounced.
Iggy took a step towards Luca, his sneer lit by the glowing puddle. Beck could see tears welling in Luca's eyes, his fists clenched. Some things about Beacon Pines were very different from the city. But a bully from a hayseed town is really no different from a city bully. Beck took a deep breath and thought.
All time to bust out the tickles? The strange, okay. Time to bust out the tickles. That's what I always say.
Well, time to bust out the tickles.
Hey Tish, wanna see something cool? Yup. Check it.
Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms.
I thought, Tish, is she tickling you? Yup. Yup. Yup.
Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter.
Yup.
Beck redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had had enough.
What just happened? She seems nice. Sorry for the interruption. I think you were just threatening us.
Iggy's eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered.
I just remembered. I have somewhere to be. See you around, new kid.
Iggy kicked at the puddle before making his escape.
Whoa. What a creep. Beck, I think you got a little ooze in your hair.
Beck shook the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
Is it bad? Depends. What do you feel about having a more mature, refined look? Oh god.
Chapter 4. The best policy. Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath.
Oh no.
He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her, but finding Rollo was his primary concern.
Property of Valentine Fertilizer Company. Looks old. Luca, what the hell are you doing out here? The kid with the gray hair just run past us in a panic.
Roxy and Fitz looked drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching.
That's Beck. I don't care who she is. What happened? You were just helping look for Rollo. Luca, I need you to start telling me the truth.
Roxy's temper could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling, but this was the most intense Luca had ever seen her. Her eyes were wild and unfocused, looking straight through Luca.
We're running out of time.
In a torrent of rambled words and tears, Luca broke down.
Well, I weren't just playing in the Weepwood yesterday, investigating lights at the old Valentine warehouse. But someone was in there with a strange suit. and we hid in the dumpster, and it had a heavy bag dropped on us. And I think it was a body. So we ran, but we got split up. And I ran home. And it's all my fault. And now my best friend may never come back. Wow. Just, wow.
Roxy, still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground in thought. With a determined sigh, she looked up at Luca.
It's not your fault, Luca. It's gonna be okay. I promise.
Roxy drew herself up.
I'm gonna fix this. Luca, go home. But I want to help. This is too dangerous for a kid. I can't just sit around. I have to do something.
Roxy tried to think of the safest place to send Luca.
Go back to that little tree house you two like to play in. Wait there in case Rolo shows up. Sound like a plan?
Luca wiped his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
You did the right thing telling me the truth. Now scoot. You really believe the story? What other option do we have? Things have been strange around here leading up to the festival. My dad has been acting weird lately. Well, weirder than normal.
Looking into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm up.
Why is it so cold here? This place gives me the willies. Okay. Well...
Mr. Nuncreed jumped with a start.
Whoa, don't sneak up on an old fellow like that. Sorry. Who are you talking to? What?
Luca motioned to the phone booth.
Oh, no. I was just checking because I thought I heard it ring. Dang thing never does, of course. Yeah, I've never seen anyone use it, really. I think it's a waste of money, if you ask me. Any word from Rolo yet? Not yet. Time for a boy to lose his way. Rolo knows those woods too well to get lost. I suppose you're right. Silly boy's antics have the whole town worried sick. Antics? I know Rolo likes to play his little pranks. This is a prank? Other possible explanation could there be? Yeah, I played a prank and he didn't get lost. Someone took him, I know it. How would you know that? Unless... Luca, is there something else that you know?
Mr. Nuncreed gently placed one of his substantial hands on Luca's shoulder.
Dang it, boy, if there's something you know, something that can help your friend, you need to tell folks.
Luca peered up at Mr. Nuncreed. Kind eyes warmed a stern face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luca could sense something eating away at him.
Oh, okay.
There was a shame lurking behind those eyes. A deep sadness. If Mr. Nuncreed was that worried about Rolo, maybe he could help.
Yesterday, Rolo and I were messing around at the old Valentine warehouse.
Mr. Nuncreed raised an eyebrow.
Both of you? You were with Rolo when he went missing? Not exactly. I was hiding in the dumpster. The dumpster? What were you doing in there? First, we were just looking around. Then someone in a strange yellow suit came and dumped something on us. Both got scared and ran. That was the last I saw of him. Got scared by some garbage? Well, that's why you don't go skulking in someone's dumpster. But it wasn't garbage. I think it was a body. I'm sure it was just some trash. No, there was a name tag. It said Deep Engineering.
Mr. Nuncreed's shoulders slumped.
Wish you wouldn't have said that.
A deep sigh bellowed from his chest.
Why did you have to? I tried, Luca. God knows I tried to keep you safe.
Luca attempted to take a step back, but Nuncreed's hand clamped down on his shoulder.
But you Van Horns just can't help yourselves, can you? We are all so close to being done with this.
With a firm shove, Nuncreed manhandled Luca into the phone booth.
What are you doing? It's out of my hands now.
The door latched shut with a mechanical hiss.
Shit.
As Luca pounded the glass, the floor dropped from under his feet.
goodness.
The inside of the phone booth was now a loose capsule plummeting
man.
at gravity's whim. Luca winced and pressed his hands to the walls. As he braced for impact, the capsule hurried to a surprisingly smooth stop. He felt a cold rush of air and opened his eyes with hesitance. Two large figures in hazmat suits occluded his view. Luca heard the deep, resigned voice of Mr. Nuncreed over an intercom. He knows too much. The end.
Oh, goodness.
Wait. No. This isn't the end. I know there's still much more. Somehow this went wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try something else.
Okay, so we've seen everything in the shit path. Okay. Time to bust out the strange.
Time to bust out the strange.
Alright, Luca, looks like you need a little mud bath. What's wrong with you, new kid? We're about to pound your friend.
Beck stared in silence, the only sign of life being the twitch of an eye.
It's weird when people don't talk. Yup. Stop being a weirdo. Hello? Are you some kind of wackadoo? Since wackadoos travel in packs, eh, dud?
At the sight of Iggy taunting Beck, something in Luca snapped. Iggy's smirk shifted to a look of shock as Luca launched himself into his stomach.
Ah!
Iggy's clothes were drenched in the glowing ooze.
Sure, my clothes are ruined. I'm gonna...
Iggy's voice began to slur as he struggled to get up.
Struggle. Okay. I don't feel so good. I'm sorry, I just... Oh, shit. Yup. That was intense. I think he's gonna be okay, right? Nothing about this seems okay.
The person at the warehouse. This strange ooze and what it did to Iggy. Was Rollo caught up in all of this?
I have to find Rollo. Took the words out of my mouth. Alright, so now I've got Beck with me. So... Whoa there, little buddies. You startled me. What the dickens are you up to in this part of town? We're just helping look for Rollo. Oh, you haven't heard the good news? Rollo showed up safe and sound a bit ago. Really? So where was he? It's funny, really. Just got a little turned around in the woods. It can be disorienting, you know. I guess so. Starting to get that impression. He's at his house now, getting some well-deserved rest. Wow, that's a relief. You should scurry along before you get lost yourselves. Yeah, come on, Beck. I can't wait to introduce you to Rollo. Well, that reminds me. Luca, your grandmother was looking for you. She was? She was already sick. You should march right home. I guess. Beck, your folks might be getting worried too. I'll walk you home. Talk with Nellie about work anyway.
Beck glanced toward Luca.
I guess all's well that ends well. I'll introduce you to Rollo tomorrow. Sure. Glad he's okay.
Rollo was safe. A wave of relief washed over Luca, which was quickly replaced by a sense of dread. Gran is going to kill me. If he hurried, he might just make it home before sundown. Chapter 4. Our harvest awaits. Luca took a deep breath and gingerly opened the door, steeling himself for Gran's wrath.
Gran? I'm home. Everything's fine. Gran? Gran? No one's supposed to go anywhere. I was just helping look for Rollo. Gran? Roxy came over. She was worried about him, so I figured you wouldn't mind if I helped look for him. It turns out Rollo's safe and sound.
Luca was alone. The house was empty.
So Gran's not back yet. I guess that's a good thing. Did you not sleep, I guess?
Luca was sitting by the pond, listening to small waves lap against a rock. His father sat in a folding chair in front of him. Without turning, he spoke. "Why don't you grab me some nice bait?" "Sure thing, Dad." Luca hopped over to the tackle box and popped open the lid. Inside was a rolling, buzzing mass. "We're fishing with bees?" Luca's father gave a warm chuckle. "Well, you catch more fish with bees than honey. Pick us out a good one." Luca closed his eyes and plucked out a bee. He could feel its wings struggle between his finger and thumb. Holding it at arm's length, he hurried over. His father deftly baited the hook and examined his work. "Interesting choice." With a practiced flick of the wrist, the line buzzed in a graceful arc. The water accepted it without a splash or ripple. The wrong choice, but I respect it. The pond began to freeze over.
Oh no, not the wrong choice.
Sometimes we gotta make the wrong choice before we can make it right. Pallid ice propagated across the still surface with an alarming speed. Luca scrambled back as the ground beneath him turned cold. "Dad, I don't understand." "Sorry, kiddo. Understanding isn't always part of the deal." The relentless ice shot through the fishing line toward his father. "Dad, look out!" His father casually wound the reel. "None of it's your fault, you know. Never was." "Dad, we have to go." Luca grabbed his father's shoulders, trying to pull him away. "Please, you have to run." The ice crackled as it spread across his father's hands. "That's the thing about fishing, Luca." His chest began to crystallize. "You toss your hook in, and you never know what you're gonna pull out." A shock of searing cold ran up Luca's arms. He gave one last desperate tug. The chair tipped backwards in a single frozen mass. Luca tried to stop the momentum, but it was too late. He watched the icy form of his father slam into the hard ground, shattering into 1,000 pieces that crowded around his feet. "Dad, I don't understand. What does all this mean?" The gentle rustle of leaves was the only reply.
Ow. Ouch.
Luca's eyes struggled to focus on the walkie-talkie.
Hello?
Faintly, he could hear Rollo amongst the noise.
Luca! Hello, is that you? Luca. There? Rollo, it's the middle of the night. Luca, thank God. Listen, I don't know how long this thing will work down here. Down here?
Rollo's voice was coming through more clearly now, but some words were still just static.
Listen to me, someone grabbed me yesterday. What? The man in the hazmat suit? Took me some sort of... I think I'm underground. Underground? Are you okay? Kinda. I seem more interested in, for now at least. Drakar said you made it back home safe. Karen, no. Trust... He's... Hold on, someone's coming.
The signal went silent.
Rollo? Rollo, where are you?
Luca held still, waiting for a response, his pounding heartbeat marking the passage of time.
Okay, I think they're gone. Getting worse. I can barely hear you.
Rollo's voice began to fade.
Moving signal. Not much time. Mission control. We need to... The treehouse. The treehouse.
With that, the signal died for good.
What's he trying to say about the treehouse? What's at the treehouse? The antenna. Must he use the antenna in the treehouse to get a better signal? Rollo, you're a genius.
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and sprinted to the treehouse. Luca heard a group of footsteps approaching. He dashed behind the bushes to avoid being spotted.
So we all understand our roles? You can count on me. Still think we need more time. This wasn't the original plan.
Mr. Tolliver paused, shifting his eyes to one side.
We're all in danger now. I, for one, refuse to sit idly by while that danger persists. Yes, I will refuse. Hear him. You just keep your wits about you.
Mr. Tolliver took one long, quiet breath.
You're right. You can count on me. So she could have made that deal with Harris Valentine. Resources would have still come in handy. As I said, I had no time to contact her after your call this morning. Plans change. How's Luca holding up? He's fine. Shouldn't lose sight of the fact that this is all... I know very well what all this is for. We have no choice. Operation Sparkplug has a new objective. Are we in agreement?
The three shared a determined look.
Good. We'll reconvene after the festival. Gran, why are you being missed for telling Mr. Tolliver late at night? Hey, Luca. God, Don, you scared me. How long have you been there? Oh, just a few minutes. Yeah, I saw Mr. Tolliver and your Gran enter the diner together. My shift at the newsstand was over, they still hadn't left. So I used the greatest tool of any investigative reporter. Time. When they left, I tailed them here. What do you think they're up to? Whatever it is, they seem organized and determined. They mentioned festival. I heard that too. Has Gran been doing anything different recently? Anything strange? She got a phone call this morning and rushed out the door. A call from Hiram Tolliver, it seems. She was either furious or terrified. Or both. Luca, be careful out there. I think we might be in the middle of the scoop of a lifetime. I will. Aren't you coming out? Let's stick out here for a bit longer. Okay. See you, Luca.
The road leading to Beacon Pines was long and uninspiring. A sort of natural barrier for the impatient.
I did it. I changed the sign. Splendid. Did anyone see you? Don't believe so. You were right. Simple enough just to rearrange the letters. A choice for a prank, though. Situations such as these, odd is good.
The two boys shared a mischievous grin.
Can't wait for everyone to see the big reveal. It should be quite memorable. Take yourself scarce for now. Better hurry up to the treehouse. Oh right, it's by Pickler Pond. I'm going the wrong way.
Luca placed a sinker on the line. Sometimes the best stuff is at the bottom of the pond.
Message in a bottle. Malice 80 proof whiskey. Hard liquor for a hard man. Best leave that be. Takes a real piece of work to leave something like that lying around.
Luca wrapped some tape around the hook. Hey, you never know.
Got a bunch of big words written on it. Let's see that. Regret to inform you that your application for property rights with respect to Beacon Pines CBD and the surrounding area has been rejected. Who's that for? Application Valentine's Gate. Good. Good. Rollo? Rollo, are you there? I'm at the treehouse now, Rollo. Mr. Kerr said you were alright. What happened out there? Dang it, Rollo, where are you? Who's there?
Luca could only see a cloaked shape behind the rocket.
Got weapons in here, so you better come out right now.
He strained to hear as a muffled voice began.
Weapons? But you heard something that's already dead.
Fear gripped Luca's throat.
Who are you? What, you don't recognize me? Guess I don't even recognize myself anymore.
Luca stared at the ground for a moment, trying to place the dampened voice. The figure shifted slowly from behind the rocket, revealing itself to Luca.
Monster. Now they hunt me like the beast I am. Iggy.
Luca reached over empathetically. Iggy's tone jolted to dejected anger.
Don't touch me. It's all your fault.
Luca slumped to the ground, overwhelmed by guilt.
So sorry. I didn't mean to. I lost control. So you couldn't control yourself for a second, and I get to be like this forever. Must be a way to fix this. Oh, you gonna be my savior? Perfect little Luca saves the day. With his positive attitude and the power of friendship. None of this matters. There's no time. You're after me. They chased me all through Weepwood. I only came in here to hide. Hide from who? Who's after you? Luca! Rollo? It's not safe, Luca. Rollo, where are you? The treehouse. I'm at the treehouse, Rollo. Where are you? No, Luca, the treehouse isn't safe. They said they were going to the treehouse. I was trying to tell you to stay away from the treehouse. Who said they were going to the treehouse? The clipboards. What did I tell you? Spring hardest wackadoos are after me. They're chasing me, yelling questions at me. What sort of questions? They're saying the same stuff they always do, but it's different now. Less asking, more threatening. We're gonna figure this out, Iggy. Yeah, well, thanks. Hello? Is anyone present at this arboreal domicile? Crap, they found me. Luca, what's happening? Don't panic. You stay here and I'll see what they want. Hello, Mr. Van Horn. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you have time for an informal chat? We will be brief. Your time is valuable to us. Be down just a second. Of course. We have a problem. Luca, you gotta get out of there. Who's out there? Is it them? Yeah, it's the clipboards. A bunch of them. How many? Maybe all of them? And yeah, you were right. They're saying the same stuff with Creepy Nog pranked to 10. Might young Iggy be present? We would love to hear his thoughts. Run!
Iggy slumped to his knees.
I don't know what to do. I'm just so tired. Luca, what do we do?
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and headed for the window.
Follow my lead.
Luca and Iggy climbed up the back of the treehouse to its roof, where Rollo had constructed his MCDC, the Mission Control Defense Cannon. From behind the crowd of clipboards, William Kerr strode forward, a warm smile on his face.
Hey, there you are. You gave all of us a heck of a scare. Go away, just leave me alone. Oh, I'm sorry, Iggy, but no can do. Don't worry though, we're here to help. Help? Why are you chasing me? Luca, can you talk some sense into your pal here? Just look at him, he's not well. What's wrong with him? What did that gunk do to him? That's a pretty honkin' big question, Luca. All you need to know is that he's sick. He's real sick, Luca. I just need you to let us up there and take care of him. Told me Rollo was okay, that he was back at his place resting. Yes, poor fellow just got a little lost. That's a lie. Is that a hurtful thing to say, Luca? Oh, we were buddies. Why? Because he lets you ramble on like a wackadoo? Oh, he likes you, you creep.
Kerr's smile faltered.
Why don't you pop on down here so we can have a face-to-face? I think this is gonna give us all a heck of a sore throat. And who wants that?
Luca's grip tightened on the MCDC.
What did you do to Rollo, you liar? Oh, shucks, Luca. The only teeny tiny favor told you that he's at home. He is resting. He is perfectly safe. For now, at least. What happens to him next is up to you, Luca. Look around. You're in quite the pickle, and I'm the only person in the whole wide world who can help you. Gets to decide how this ends. Great.
Luca's mind raced. He was caught in a trap. What do you do when there's no hope? He wiped his cheeks with a sleeve. What are you gonna do, Luca?
Hey, have a
Luca
fight.
drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Fight.
Get him. Get him.
He swung the mission control defense cannon around, aiming it confidently at the smirking face of William Kerr.
Shoot him in the face. Hey, Mr. Kerr.
Luca summoned his most insolent demeanor.
Rollo sends his regards. Hey, that was uncalled for. More than a little rude, and just plain unsanitary. Look, I really did think we were good pals. What a shame is it that it has come to this.
Kerr turned his back on the two boys.
In this.
With a nonchalant wave of the hand, he made his exit. As the clipboards began to slowly advance on the treehouse, Luca looked to Iggy with resignation in his eyes. The end.
No.
That escalated quickly. Maybe discretion was the better part of valor here.
Nah.
Let's put a pin in this for now.
Oh, okay. This is a story about struggle.
This is a story about struggle. Luca could hear a machine humming somewhere nearby. He felt around wildly, searching for something, anything that could help. His hands found a hard object, maybe a tile? He yanked it free, lifting the cold stone. Let me go! Luca swung the tile as hard as he could at the shape that still held fast to his leg. He heard the crack of glass as the stone hit the assailant's mask. With a muffled yelp, the hand let go. Luca was free and scrambled to the door. He never looked back once on the long run home. Chapter 3.
Back to chapter 3.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, it's all fine. This went great.
The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
Finished drawing a mess of jam last night. Uh-huh. Well, you get delivered into town today? Okay. So did you and Rollo get up to yesterday? Oh, Rollo had things to do, so I just sort of poked around town. Set the jam down by the front door. There's 2 batches to drop off. One for Mr. Tolliver at the Bag and Wag. Another for Miss Fratelli at the diner. Oh, and Mr. Nooncreed. He said he wanted some more. I suspected as much. Yes, he seems to have taken a particular interest in my jam. There's some extras in the basket for that enthusiastic gentleman. Just make sure Fratelli and Tolliver get the ones on top. No problem. Off with you now, while the day is still young. Hello, it's Jennifer Hartford. Before you hang up, just hear me out. I have a business proposition. Simple matters for both have the same problem that needs solving. Very well, we can meet tonight. Okay. Sorry about yesterday. Roxy can be so annoying. But good news, no more boring chores for me today. Did you make it to the old Valentine warehouse? Oh, that's right. In this timeline, he didn't come with me, so he didn't get captured. Okay. So, what did you find? Give me the dirt. Something happened. There was someone else there. What? Who was it? Was it aliens? I knew it would be aliens. No. Zombies. No. Alien zombies? What else could it possibly be? Rollo, gotta deliver these into town first. We can catch up after. Ooh, is it a whole thing? Sounds like a whole thing. Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it here. Meet at the treehouse tonight. I'm not sure what this treehouse is you speak of. Sigh. I'm meeting at Mission Control. Roger that, Space Cadet.
The road leading to Beacon Pine, a sort of natural bear.
Hey, did you find any bugs? Wait, watch your step. Oh, sorry. There's a whole family of beetles here. They've gone missing. I thought they just sort of wandered around. Everyone has a home, Luca. Even beetles.
Luca checked the soles of his sandals.
I think we're okay. It's weird they're gone. Don't miss them when the festival preparations began. Think the noise scared them away? Something like that. Just watch your step, okay? Sure. Anger from the past, mistakes Yacht Knight made, and a glimmering hope for the future. Carried them all in equal parts everywhere he went. Oh, heavens, what a burden to bear. Piper. Oh, hey, Luca, what's up? Oh, it's summer break, right? Of course. And it's like the morning. Correct? And you're studying? Like they say, the early bird gets the proper education required for a successful and fulfilling career later in life. Hey, Zariel. Hi, Luca. Could you please tell this lazy butt to help out in the cafe? Lumi, Zariel would like you to... Luca, let me give you a little gem advice. If you never do what you don't love, then you'll never work a day in your life. Wow. Really setting the kid up for success. Oh wait, it's at the diner, not the coffee shop. Hey. Mr. Wilder, I trust you have time to chat?
Eris Valentine, oldest of Sharper Valentine's children, and heir to the Valentine fortune, had a way of making questions seem like demands.
Certainly. Seems to be the problem.
Mr. Wilder had learned to assume that if he was hearing from Eris, it was because she had taken issue with something he had put in the paper.
I couldn't help but notice. The front page of this morning paper was consumed with stories about this silly festival. Well, yes, that's the news of the day. There was no mention of the museum, or the foundation through which it was endowed. I'm sorry, Miss Valentine. My ears are more so interested in this town's future rather than any one family in particular. There was a time, Mr. Wilder, where the goings-on of my family was the only thing this town cared about. Well, things change, ma'am. And you know, change is dangerous if you finish that thought. I will make a monocle, that monocle a permanent fixture of your anatomy. My apologies. Good day, Miss Valentine. Did I give you the impression this conversation was finished?
Mr. Wilder averted his gaze and began to polish his monocle.
Well, good day, Mr. Wilder. But Dawn newsstand. Hey, Dawn. Look, what's up?
Dawn had dreams of becoming a big-time reporter. At night, she searched for the story that could be her big break. By day, she hawked papers at the newsstand.
Yeah, I got your jam delivery, eh? Yep. Hey, Dawn, have you noticed anything weird around town lately? Sort of weird things. Stuff going on at the old Valentine building. You might say I've heard some things. I'm not a story about it right now. So what's going on? Can't quite say yet. So I need to follow up on a few leads. Keep me in the loop, okay? Sure thing. You seen the new kid around yet? New kid? Yeah, I came in from the big city. My parents both got jobs here. But get this, one of them is working for William Kerr and Perennial Harvest. The other is working for Harris Valentine. And Valentine's represent Beacon Pines' past. Perennial Harvest has positioned itself as this town's future. Let's make for some interesting dinner table conversations. I can imagine. Hey, Mayor. Just be left alone, young Mr. Van Horn. Oh, sure. Sorry to bother you. It's just that Sir Kara's asked me to make the opening speech at the festival. Being mayor and all, you might expect me to be a charismatic speaker. Truth is, I'm terribly nervous. I really don't think I'm cut out for this sort of thing. Cut out for being mayor or for public speaking? Both, I suppose. I never really chose any of this. More of a duty to my family. For our legacy. Sounds like a heavy burden. As for the festival, just speak from your heart. I'm sure it'll be great. Want some jam? Oh, if it isn't my favorite little jam warner. Hey, Miss Fratelli. Look at you.
She leaned forward and pinched Luca's cheek.
You're all skin and bones. Is your grand not feeding you? She is. It's just... I understand. You know, I taught your mama how to cook back in the day. You may not even remember, but you and her used to help out at the diner. See that picture over there? That's you helping your mama back in the day. So cute running around in your little apron taking orders. The whole situation just breaks my heart. What happened with Eleanor? Oh. I have a feeling she's out there somewhere yearning to be with you again. Few things in this world can keep a mother from her son.
Luca shifted the basket uncomfortably.
Oh, yes, let's see here.
Mrs. Fratelli lifted the cloth and inspected the jam.
Ah, they even have my name on them. How thoughtful.
She carefully lifted out her jars of jam.
And tell your grand hello for me, Luca. Will do. How do you keep the ice cream cold? You keep them on ice. Where do you get the ice from? I don't know. Somewhere cold. How do they keep this somewhere cold? Look, Bert. Do you want some ice cream or not? No, I'm good.
Huddled at his counter, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining apples. More accurately, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining one apple.
Hello?
With a yelp, Mr. Tolliver fumbled the apple, flailing at the air as it fell.
Oh, sorry. No bother, no bother.
He leaned forward and lowered his voice.
I see you have something for me. Yeah, Grain had some jam I'm supposed to give you?
He leaned in a bit further.
Jam? Yeah, these ones on top. Show your name on them.
Mr. Tolliver leaned back, speaking loud enough for anyone to hear.
Ah, yes, the jam. Thank you so much for doing this jam to me.
He reached forward and snapped up the jars of jam, giving Luca a little wink.
I shall put it on my store shelves. Post haste. Okay, I should finish my deliveries. Of course. Of course.
He leaned in for a final whisper.
Of course. That's the kind of guy that we definitely want to do secret stuff with, for sure. Hey, here's some jam. Got some jam for you, Mr. Nooncreed. Luca, you seem chipper. Well, aside from me on delivery duty, it's a nice day.
Mr. Nuncreed eyed Luca for a moment, then nodded in agreement.
Suppose it is. So, do you want your jam? Oh, right. Usually Juniper drops these off herself. I guess she's busy today. And this is my last delivery for the day. Oh, in that case.
Nuncreed snatched the basket from Luca.
I'll hold on to the basket till next time I see your Gran. Oh, God. What a creep. Oh, it's Beck. Not. Hey, you. Anchovies or pineapple? What? Don't think. Just answer. Pineapple. Why? How old are you? 12. Perfect. Follow me. Who are you? Anyone ever tell you ask too many questions? Just try to keep up, okay? What just happened? Well... Hey, what a crazy coincidence. Here's my new friend I was just telling you about. Oh, that's wonderful. Yep, we just hit it off. Oh, really? Get this, his favorite pizza topping in the whole world is pineapple. Oh, what's your new little friend's name?
Beck locked eyes with Luca. The look on her face was equal parts expectant and desperate.
Luke Van Horn. Luca Van Horn, nice to meet you. Nellie, and this is Ilona. We're Beck's parents.
Beck gave Luca a quick nudge.
Oh yeah, Beck told me all about you. Already feels like we've known each other for years. So you can both stop obsessing about me making friends. Oh, darling, we never doubted you. Just that for children with fewer than 5 close friends, the probability of a stunted development doubles. Well, 1 down, 4 to go, I guess. What Nelly means is that we just want this move to be as easy on you as possible. You can relax. A friend has been friended. This calls for a celebration. Look, you must join us for dinner tonight. Dinner? Wow, another coincidence. I already asked him, and he said he would love to. It's just wonderful. In that case, we should pick up some groceries. You two don't get into too much trouble now. Wow, I cannot believe that worked. Thanks, Don. You're welcome. Oh, you won. Moms are great and all, but they can be a bit much sometimes. How's that little college next to that big mansion place? Wait, you live on the Valentine estate? Yeah, it's a spot. Meet me by the big creepy gate. Don't be late, or I'm back to square one of this whole friend grift. Great, see you there. Okay. It's definitely worse. Oh, you're a new guy. Good morning, Geoff. What's so good about it? Hey, another day further down the tubes, if you ask me. Come on now, it's not all that bad. Festival's coming up. Oh, a festival. Well, man, Valentine used to put on cockamamie shindigs all the time. And where did that get us? Well, it's Perennial Harvest putting on this one. And they're doing it for the whole town. As far as I see it, Difference between the old Valentine Company and this new perennial harvest outfit
Jeff dug through his pockets for a bit.
is the difference between this empty soup can and this brown banana. But those are both garbage. Exactly. Guess this is the way to the Valentine Estate. So who all lives in that house? Harris and Gus Valentine grew up there. And Solomon moved in a few years back. Creepy little kid in the vest? It sounds like the one. So just 3 people live in that huge thing? I bet a bunch of shady stuff happens all the time in a place like that. Really, the Valentines pretty much keep to themselves. So it's empty and boring? Pretty much. What a waste. Mom says it used to be way busier back before Sharper died. Before the foul harvest. Okay, that's like the 5th time someone's mentioned this foul harvest thing. And I'll use that same ominous tone. Eventually you're going to explain to me how that harvest got all fouled up. But we can't keep my parents waiting anymore. This way. Most kids would have just ditched me by this point. Why are you still here? Look like you could use some help. You know, Luca, not so bad. Let's get through this as simply as possible. Eat, smile, and nod. Fun. Great. Whatever you do, don't bring up the work. I think I can handle that.
Dick took a long breath, then gave a firm nod.
Here goes nothing.
Chapter 4. Dinner with the Moodwills. Ilona Moodwill was worried about change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town. Almost done. Nellie was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love, couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates. Dinner went by without much conversation. As she watched Beck and Luca finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into the chair. The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams. Beck was beginning to take root. Ilona's task was simply to tend to them. She could do that.
So Luca, tell us a bit about yourself. Where do you live? Well, I live with my grandma. Over on the other side of the river. Grandma, where are your parents at? Beck, manners. It's alright. Dad passed away in an accident at the fertilizer plant 6 years back. Oh dear. Mom's been missing for a few months now. Like missing?
Luca's eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger. Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luca, how did you like the pizza? Oh, it's good. Very good. I really gotta put more effort into dinner.
Ilona nervously gestured toward the boxes.
We aren't fully settled in, and Becca mentioned it's your favorite. I'm sorry, are we just skipping the part where he says Mom was missing? Beck! Sorry, Luca, this movie is all a little tired.
Luca wiped his face with his sleeve.
It's fine. So Beck said that you moved here for work?
Beck gave Luca a swift kick under the table.
Ow. I mean, what brought you to Big Game Pines? You're right about the first time. We're here for work. I don't want to tell you this, but she's a brilliant chemist. I don't know about brilliant, but I do love it. She's brilliant. Perennial Harvest just made her the new lead researcher of deep engineering. She makes it sound more impressive than it is. Just happy I get to make a difference in the world. Perennial Harvest is the forefront of evolving agriculture into something more useful than sprinkling water and excrement on the ground.
Luca glanced over to Beck. She seemed to be holding her breath.
No, it means, Luca, is that there are different ways to grow plants. Yeah, some people talk to their plants and hope for the best. And some people happily leave their job to allow a loved one to pursue their dream. You swore you didn't...
Slammed her fist into the table. Perhaps harder than she intended.
Hey, Luca. How about some dessert? Actually, I have to meet my friend Rollo soon.
Luca glanced outside to gauge the time. The sky was darker than he expected, filled with ominous clouds.
Looks like there's a storm brewing. I should get going. Oh, I didn't think there's any rain in the almanac. Yeah, almanacs aren't that useful around here.
Luca wiped his mouth one last time with his napkin and started to get up.
Thank you all for the pizza. It was really good. See you at the festival, Beck. Wait up. I'll walk you home.
Surprised, Luca turned around. He knew Rollo could be prickly around new people. But Beck seemed cool. Rollo would warm up to her eventually. Probably.
Oh, Rumble.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
Sure we can make it home before the storm kicks off?
Luca surveyed the roiling clouds.
Say the odds are good. Maybe you should stay here and I'll just make a break for it.
At that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Here to recalculate those odds. Inside you two before you catch cold. Luca and Nelly will keep trying to reach your grain on the phone. Meantime, you two hold tight. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff is still in the boxes. Mind if I poke around? Be my guest.
Luca squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
This looks wild. What is it? Gum. Gum?
Luca adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
Tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chew that one for 47 days.
Luca wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
It's weird, I know.
Beck looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? A little. Well, weird can be cool. Oh, wow. Rollo and I have a radio just like this at the treehouse. Probably not exactly like this one. Mom and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Filled it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. Seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. When she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luca flicked at one of the toggles.
She can get all sorts of stations on this. Out here in the boonies. I wouldn't believe the stuff I could pick up back in the city. Down here it's all farm report and static. Aw, shucks.
Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime.
Pungent.
He
Sure.
flipped open the attached card.
Betrayals from Coach Walker and all the Fairview Condors. Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry, was this from your old school? Most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards, so did Flowers. And they're really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So you moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. It's always a better job somewhere else. These flowers will last longer if you put them in some water. It's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. You get enough to keep them is all. Luca, can I ask you something? Of course. Dang, didn't that hurt? I'll be honest. That did hurt more than I expected. Well, at least you look cool doing it.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Do you ever feel alone? Like, even when people are around? Well, it can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you want? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem?
Luca took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? Guess I haven't yet. One thing my dad told me when I was little, don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. Try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop. So then, what do you do when you don't know what to do? Dad never got to that part. Something I figured out on my own, though. Gotta do something, anything. Here. What are you doing? I don't know. Something. Register our complaints with the storm. Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be alright. Things are gonna change.
Luca let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town. Whoa. Let me try. Moving sucks. I hate it. I hate that it hit. I'm gonna just deal with it and be happy for my mom. Why can't we just stay somewhere? Wah!
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
Just want to be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Oh, I actually feel a little better.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Thanks. I needed that. Me too. Shut up before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and Rollo at the festival? Sounds good. Luca, don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in. Chapter 5.
Oh.
Friendly feud. The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue, the smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone, not even Rollo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rollo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luca told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
All facts, yeah. Oh, you got a scoop? What's your scoop? Hey, Dawn, tracking down a lead? You bet. Heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out when Scarper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar how? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance, there were conditions. Like what? It would stipulate that heirs had to take on a child as a reward. Kid our age. Just showed up in town one night with a lawyer. Solomon? Bingo. Saros was forced to take care of him? Yep, or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Rumor has it old Sharper sowed some wild oats. Explains the way Harris treats him. Poor Solomon. How'd you find all this out? Good reporter never reveals her source, Luca. Oh, better not dilly-dally. Okay. There's a light in the telephone booth? No. Guess I know it's a secret elevator. Or at least it is in one version of the story. How are you still out here reading? It's dark. He met his old friend's eyes and was greeted by nothing but ice-cold anger. Heavens! Some time for fresher friendships. Yeah, it's not a good sign. Oh, excuse me, what are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. Can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule. Not exactly, sir. Storm set us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to... You all decided? Yes, sir. So I'm aware your job involved deciding things. We're all here at Perennial Harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? Yes, sir. Very much, sir. Do you want to be the one to tell this town we failed them? No. that we gave up because there was a little rainstorm? We all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good, then it's decided. Yes, sir, we'll work till the task is done. See what you do. Our harvest waits. Great. Oh my. Rollo, are you still up there? Sorry, Rollo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back never.
Luca had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing.
You're upset. Oh? What makes you say that? Because my best friend abandoned me for no reason? I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Rollo scoffed.
The rain held me up. Liar. You weren't even home. What? Storm got bad and I got worried. So I went looking for you. Much to my surprise when I made it to your house and you weren't there. I hadn't made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luca. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, storm rolled in out of nowhere and I got stuck at dinner at Beck's house.
Luca stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck? Dinner? The heck is a Beck? She's a new kid in town. She's actually kind of cool. You'd like her. She can help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you and you were off making new friends? It's not like that, Rollo. You know, while I was waiting I made some upgrades to Mission Control. It was gonna be a surprise. It took so long the storm knocked it all down. It's like you knocked down our friendship. What does that even mean?
Luca became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care, you ass. I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you. I kept my word. Guess that's what friends do. Wow, what a normal sacrifice you made. Easy for you to say. Grant doesn't even care. You can stay as long as you want, and you wouldn't even get in trouble. Seriously? You're acting like I chose this? If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
Rollo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa's right. A storm brings more than water. Someone brought out the real Luca. Quit quoting your Pa's nonsense like it means anything. Well, at least my paw's still round.
The words hung in the cold night air. Rollo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line, but it was too late.
Luca, Good night, Rollo. Dang it.
Luca dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
Rollo. What a jerk. Oh, me a bad friend. Ooh, I'm Rollo. Look at me and my amazing family. Yeah, getting all that energy out. I guess I'm just never supposed to make new friends. No. Luca?
Gran cooed gently from the hallway.
You slept straight through breakfast. Luca, are you alright? I'm fine. Just don't feel like getting up yet. Okay, I'll leave this oatmeal by the door. Gotta run out and take care of some things. Okay. I'll be back later to check in. Sure.
Luca just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
Rollo's still going to the festival. It's gonna be miserable.
Luca dozed off again.
Luca, see you didn't eat your oatmeal. Wasn't hungry. Just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too. Thanks. Rollo came by. What did he say? He wanted to talk to you. What did you say? Told him you weren't feeling well. Good. So your plan is to just sit in your room all day? Pretty much. I need to pop away again for a minute. If you decide to end your pity party and go outside, I think it'd do you some good. Noted.
Lucas still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rollo, he'd have to actually confront the situation.
There's never anything interesting at the festival anyway.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
The complete first volume.
Luca carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rollo had received it for his birthday. A special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rollo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it at his house. Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rollo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often. Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind. But it had stayed right there where Rollo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Luca? Another little friend came to see you. A girl named Beck Modewell. She said you met yesterday? What did she say? Is she here? She was just dropping by. Told you you weren't taking visitors today. Oh, she seems nice. Yeah. You had a fight with Rollo, didn't you? Can I come in? Maybe later. Alright then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table, in case you want a bite before bedtime.
Without realizing it, Luca had pouted away the entire afternoon. He once again felt the weight of it all, and allowed his weary eyes to close. Luca stood in a vast black expanse. He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad, where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source? Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture.
The source.
In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire.
Oh, it's Flamey. Hi, Flamey.
Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit. The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable. Luca held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame, see? Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself.
Oh, no.
Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luca could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luca leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them. Not like us. Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luca's own face looked back at him. Older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled.
I tried to help once.
He gestured towards his face.
And all it got me was this.
Luca staggered back.
You aren't me.
Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path.
It's true. That's how it works in video game land.
This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luca watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin.
Well, Dad, if you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint.
Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean? Luca felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
Mom? No, dear. It's only Gran.
Luca rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his Gran came into focus.
How are you feeling? Fine. Anything you want to talk about? I don't feel like talking. That's just as well. How about you sit there and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rollo fought about doesn't matter. But
Gran silenced Luca with a gentle pat on the leg.
Fights between friends happen. What he said doesn't matter. What was said doesn't matter. Important thing is that it's not the last thing you ever say to each other. But he said stuff about Dad. Oh, do you think he meant it? No. He was just mad. And did you mean anything that they said to him? No. Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst. Accept. Oh, get a hug. Now get your little butt out of bed. Festival's today. You don't want to miss that, do you? I guess not. Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rollo, doesn't it?
Luca gave a reluctant nod.
So buy him a corn dog and apologize. But he's the one that... What did I just say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good boy. Everything's better with corn dogs. That's just facts. Need to get going now. Got some last minute festival business to take care of. Come find you at the fountain a little after lunch. Alright. I love you, Luca. Love you too.
Luca took a deep breath.
Okay.
Chapter 6. Through thick and thin. Despite Luca's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rollo.
Yep.
A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them.
Great.
Luca emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rollo.
Alright, gotta find him. Oh, there you are. Luca, Rollo wanted me to tell you something. What is it?
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
Sigh. A space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If ye be brave, go somewhere quiet. Roxy, I don't... It's a riddle, Luca. Not my goofy little brother wants you to go find him.
Luca looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two had a fight. Only thing more annoying than my little brother is the little brother without his best friend. So I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need one favor from you. Whatever it is that went down between you two, squash it. I like Roxy. I like Roxy. Oh. How goes the beetle hunt? Pretty rotten. Did so much as an excuvite. It's not just the beetles. Somebody couldn't find any critters at all. It's like everything that buzzes or skitters just packed up and left. Sure, they're out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion of the festival just spooked them. Yeah, maybe that's it. Welcome to our festival. Don't forget to come back later for Mr. Kerr's speech and the Perennial Harvest Festival sign reveal. Don't want to miss it. I don't know who Perennial Harvest thinks they're impressing with this ridiculous festival. Totally. Town's still falling apart. The weather's still cruddy. The season's harvest looks like it's going to be worse than last year's. You said it. The amount of corporate pandering is going to change any of that. Exactly. But lemonade at the drink stand over there does look pretty tasty. Fits. I'm still going to be mad at them. I'd rather be mad sipping some delicious lemonade is all. It's fair. Hey. Unique New York. Unique New York. Huh? Oh, don't mind me. Just warming up for my big ceremony speech.
Mr. Kerr pointed to his grinning mouth.
I'll limber up the old gab box. You nervous? Oh, heavens, no. Oh, break the leg. Give me the gift in the crib of the sock.
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful look.
Hey, Jeff, everything alright? I know I called you Geoff earlier, but that's because when I was in high school I had a friend named Jeff that we all called Geoff. Anyway. Huh? Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, used to be fine. Just ain't right these days, you know? I really do, actually.
Jeff turned to Luca with a furrowed brow, then gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't you?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
Ain't moving. Great. Every single time. Yup. Wait for it. Unexplained sound once again noted. Like clockwork. With a bunch of drones. Doing it again. Okay. Sure. Okay. It's the first time I've seen this many smiling faces since the fowl harvest. I have my doubts about the perennial harvest, but I must admit they do put on a nice party. Most welcoming of welcomes. Would you like to share your thoughts? We always strive to improve. Nope. Piper, you're actually taking a break from studying. I wanted to see what all the festival fuss is about, but I can't help but notice you still brought your backpack full of books. Luca, backpacks can carry a lot more than just books. True, true. What you got in there? Books. I was able to return the pretty harvest safety suit you borrowed. I don't think anyone noticed. Good. Will you tell me what you needed it for? It's a favor for an enemy of my enemy. This isn't gonna harm Mr. Kerr, is it? All you need to know is that it's for the good of the family. Great. Excellent. Library. Somewhere quiet. you, Luca.
Kato's eyes lit with excitement.
I've been expecting you. Bravo on deciphering the first riddle. Oh no. Riddle me this. Sure. The first. Oh, you didn't think that was all, did you? Roller does go all out, doesn't he?
Kato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
Ahem. On Planet Forpole, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you'll need a tissue.
Kato stared at Luca eagerly.
Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. Let me figure it out. Alright, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. If you decide you want a hint, the offer still stands.
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 5, from the shelf.
It's got a book. You can bring it here to me, or just grab a different one. Here you go. Oh, you found
Kato
it!
removed his book from the desk and replaced it with Luca's, turning on the lamp. As he slid the book under the purple light, 2 words glowed. The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue 5. Luca clicked his tongue with recognition.
World of Cipher Pen. You used to write secret messages everywhere with that. And only I had the special flashlight needed to reveal it. But I lost it. Apparently he traded Jeff for this purple light bulb. Parted with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, Rolo. Let's see here.
Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with such a grift.
He continued flipping.
Only found in grub cart.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
That's it. Grift in grub cart? Grift in Griffin. Griffin's grub cart. That's when you go to Griffin's snack stand. Ah, brilliant. Yes, you're off then? Good luck on the rest of the scavenger hunt. Thanks, Kato. Hey, Jace. So working through the newest Hank Atomic? You know it. It's a fascinating canon towards the end. Did you know Hank Atomic's Shrinko Ray doesn't technically shrink stuff? It uses inverse quantum particle decay to literally grow the entire universe around an object. Even that object unaltered. So it just looks shrunk compared to everything else? Bingo. That's wild. But Jace, no spoilers, please. Oh, right, sorry. Alright. Let's go get some ice creams. Ice creams is down here, right? Yeah. Hey, Griffin. Hey, Griffin. Did Rolo
Before
come?
Luca could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
Oh, that's it? Bought and paid for. Enjoy. Thought there was supposed to be a riddle or something.
Luca shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
Yuck. It's cold. Oh yeah, it's been sitting here a while. Let me to be sure to give you that one specifically. Well, that's
Luca
just...
tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth. He reached into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper.
Oh, come
He
on.
shook off the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
Pick up when you need some pep. Near the fountain, up the step.
Luca finished off the remainder of the corn dog.
It's going to be a whole thing. Luca, did you know that Beacon Pines is actually unincorporated? A lot of people don't know that. Wow, yeah, I didn't know. What's that mean? It means most public works are handled internally. We do all the pipelines, water treatment, building regulations. That's great. Census taking, emergency services. Great, excellent. Okay. There you are, Luca. There's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below my pay grade. Oh, come on, you big stiff. The kids have some fun. Fine. but Rollo owes me one.
Lumi waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
What takes flight, but has no wings? Your final task, a friendship brings. See, that wasn't so hard. Ugh, I feel cheapened somehow. I think it's sweet. Good luck, Luca. Hey. Hey. Did you find the comic book? Yeah. You got the corn dog? Yeah. Well then, I don't make up for what I said, but here, you're in this.
Rollo sheepishly handed Luca the balloons.
Thanks. You didn't have to go to all this trouble. Sorry I got so mad. Hey, you were supposed to let me apologize first. Oh, sorry. Now you've apologized twice before me. Just let me do this. Luca, I'm really sorry. But if everything's happened to your mom and all, I always wanted to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know? You said you were hanging out with someone else. I kind of freaked out. Hello. Still my turn. I felt like if you need some new friend to help you, it meant I wasn't good enough. But that was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I'm so sorry, Luca. Okay, apology over. You can talk now.
Luca threw himself at Rollo, hugging him as tightly as he could.
Although I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you either. That's why we deserve each other. So, what else do you want to do today? Snoop around, tries to find some info about your mom. Snoop where? Probably seeing it at Pearly Harvest HQ over inside the festival. Are you curious about all the stuff those clipboards write down? What if we get caught? I think I've had enough excitement for 1 week. Just make the rest of the day about us. Really? Yeah, the rest of the world can wait one more day. You know, I have been waiting to get some work done on the MCDC Mission Control. Aim has been unpredictable. Sounds perfect. See if we got anything new to do any fishing with. Pungent.
Luca
Excellent.
wrapped a twig of thyme around the hook. Some fish have refined taste.
It's true. Some fish do have refined taste. Watch. Property of Sharper Valentine. Figures. If he had his way, property of Sharper Valentine would be written on everything in this town. Should we give it back to him? He may not even want it back. Man's got a contentious relationship with time. We'll keep it here in case he ever wants to pick it up. Oh, I almost forgot. Ran into your gran this morning. She asked me to give you this.
Rollo handed Luca an unopened letter.
I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now. Letter?
Luca, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand.
Okay.
If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you. None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried. Everything I've done, I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that. Love, Gran.
I love you too, Gran.
Luca folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder.
What's up the letter? Anything you want to talk about? Maybe later. Sure, whatever you want. You know, you really didn't have to go to all that trouble just to apologize. I know, but we've been looking for the festival for weeks. And I ruined everything with my big mouth. And this was the best way to make sure you still had a good time without me. Rolo.
Luca was at a loss for words, but that was fine. Words aren't always necessary.
Festival seemed nice. Was it nice? We can still go. Nah, this is fine. Well, it's always next year.
Sadly, this was untrue. A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
Huh? What was that? And we missed the fireworks?
It was not fireworks. It was something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself.
Oh no! Oh no!
A shockwave of cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill. Before they could react, it encased them in ice. Two boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene in a silent treehouse turned statuary. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together, for the rest of time.
For the rest of time? Oh my god. Okay.
The end. No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't. I won't accept it, and I hope you won't either. There are more endings. More possibilities. I can feel it. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
Okay. So we can run away there. Oh, and we can do break here. Okay. Okay. Well, I think we'll leave that till next time. We got 2 new branches we can work on. Man, dramatic, cold. Jeez. All right, well. Quite a game this is. Glad Gran is part of some underground resistance. Yeah. Okay, well, next time we'll try not to get frozen for eternity and make something happen. So, see you then.